Hello, in this video, I want to really talk about something that these two African countries did that I'm super proud of them. This is Ghana and South Africa. First of all, I will start with South Africa, then I will come and tell you what Ghana did. That I'm also very proud. And I think if countries like Nigeria should follow after what they've done, Africa will be on its way to free from neo-colonialism and all forms of foreign influence. So, starting from Ghana, um, on the 7th of October this month, on the 7th of December, that is this very month, seven of Ghana's delegation were held in they went to Israel for digital summits, and they were held at the airport by immigration due to some immigration issue. The Israeli government claimed it was some normal immigration check, which the government of Ghana and the embassy also reached out through all diplomatic means to make sure that the Ghana citizens and the diplomats were allowed to go about their normal activities in Ghana. So after all the necessary diplomatic connection and the calls here and there, four of the Ghana's legislatures were allowed to continue. Then three of the remaining seven were deported back to Ghana. So on the 10th of December, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ghana issued a statement stating that if Israelis should deport those Ghanaians back to Israel, they will return the kind gesture. They will return a similar gesture to them. So Israel continue by returning those three individuals back to Ghana, deported them back. So the Ghanaians in return also deported back three Israelis back to Israel. So I am not really happy at the diplomatic tension, but technically I am glad that African countries are beginning to send a signal to the outside world that, hey, enough of all this bullying. You cannot just continue to bully us, just take us for granted, do what you feel like doing with our citizens, and we just look at you without taking any drastic measures. I think the time for doing that is over. So the action by the Ghanaian government, I think is a very good one, even though I know there are diplomatic implications, but somehow it sends a strong signal out there that we are not going to take this. We will not allow this to continue anymore. And according to the information by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he said, for any Ghanaians deported from Israel, another Israelite will be deported back to Israel. So if they deport any Ghanaians back, they will also send an Israeli back. So it's just like telling them that enough of all the maltreatment, enough of all the bullying. For me, I think this is what African nations should do, start taking their ground. The truth is, we make it look as if we need the West, we need all those foreign countries more, but in reality, they need us more than we need them. They need our gold, they need our uranium, they need our oil, they need our lithium. They need it. They cannot just do without it. You think that why they are always coming around is not because they really love us, because of what we have that they are coming for it. But if you are coming to gain from us, why shouldn't you respect us? Why shouldn't you treat us as humans? Should you now take us as if we are nothing? After all, you are benefiting from us and you treat us as if we are nobody. I think enough is enough. Okay, and I also told you we're gonna be looking at something that South Africa also did, even though we don't know the diplomatic implication, but I think it's high time we begin to send some signal to the West, to America, to that we need We need to let them know that we are no longer those their colonies anymore. We are independent and sovereign nation. So they should start treating us like one. So earlier, I think around 2nd of December, Trump said, it was not Trump, it was Rubio that said, due to some genocide in South Africa and a lot of diplomatic things like that he said, that South Africa will not be invited for G20 summit and all other events that has to do with G20. South Africa will not be invited. So South Africa, in its own way of replying now, said they don't even need an invitation. By the way, they are quitting the G20 until 2027, where the United Kingdom will be hosting. So as of now, they have nothing to do with the G20. They will be waiting for 2027. They will suspend all their G20 activities. So I think it has a way of also sending a signal. I know that it has implications. It also comes with a lot of direct diplomatic consequences. But looking away from those consequences, it's time we now take our ground. At least, even if we will suffer some of those effects for now, let us just send that signal that we are sovereign nation and we should be treated as one. Enough of this bullying up and down. Enough of just one Western country just staying, or one stronger nation will just stay and detect what they want to happen in Africa and decide whatever they feel like doing in Africa. So we are trying our best now to do it in such a, let Africa try its best to take a stand. It might not be easy, but I think it is possible. Let's keep sending that signal out there that we are no longer those colonies. We are no longer those puppets. We can take decisions on our own. And of course, we know there are consequences, but then with time, Africa will now be very strong. I think it's high time Africa should even do trade within the African continent. Africa is very large. If we can focus on doing trade between the African countries, there's a way. We are not saying we shouldn't trade with outside world, but if they are going to be looking down on us, we should do more of the trade between ourselves. What's the point having all these borders, immigration within African continent? Traveling from Nigeria to Ghana, you have to do some unnecessary border immigration, all those things. And even Ghana, Nigeria and Benin Republic here, and Ghana, Nigeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali. Why don't we have a borderless Africa where we trade free, have free access, trade with each other? I know there are abuses that people can abuse those privilege and opportunity, but then we can also put modalities in place to make it a reality. Anyways, I'm super proud by the action of Ghana and South Africa. I'm not ignorant of the diplomatic consequences, but then I'm also glad that we are sending a signal